Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through some of the noise and really distill what's going on. We've all seen AI do some pretty wild things, right? Hallucinating facts or
Yeah.
maybe like enthusiastically saying yes to completely ridiculous ideas.
Oh, yeah, like that example you mentioned before we started, the AI calling a poo on a stick business idea brilliant.
Exactly. I mean, it's funny, but it kind of captures this unsettling thing we're diving into today. We're calling it digital slop.
Huh. So our mission here really is to unpack this flood, this low-effort, mass-produced, often kind of emotionally manipulative online content, a lot of it fueled by AI now. We're going to use our sources to explore how it's sort of blurring the lines,
Sure.
between what's real and what's fantasy, and what that actually means for how you experience the world day to day. And it's crucial, I think, to get that this isn't just a few funny or weird AI examples. It really represents a pretty significant shift, a fundamental one maybe, in how we're all consuming media, how we interact with information. Understanding this whole dynamic is, well, it's essential if you're trying to navigate the digital world today.
And it gets even wilder when you think about why this is happening. The incentives, these AI companies, fundamentally, they're driven to maximize your engagement, right? Keep you scrolling, keep you clicking, keep you on the platform longer.
Absolutely. It's an attention economy.
Yeah, and this chase for engagement, it just creates this flood of artificial stuff.
Yeah.
So what does that actually look like? What are we seeing more of because of these incentives?
Well, it means that this AI-generated content is it's growing everywhere. It's
Yeah.
becoming pervasive across pretty much every platform you can think of. We're seeing it, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. I've even seen sources mention it popping up in niche places like gardening forums.
Finding forums.
Yeah, really. And what's flooding these platforms is often what our sources are calling hyperreal material. Think idealized, very emotionally charged, often totally fake scenes. But they look almost real. They're getting incredibly hard to distinguish from reality, especially when you just see them as a quick video clip or, a really compelling thumbnail, designed to grab you instantly.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Because this isn't just pixels on a screen, is it? It spills out.
Yeah.
It has real-world consequences. I
Yeah.
mean, take that infamous example from the UK, the AI Willy Wonka experience.
Oh, that's something else.
Right. Marketed with all these promises, these magical chocolate factory visions spun up using AI visuals, total fantasy stuff. But then people show up and the reality was just incredibly underwhelming, kind of desolate, actually.
Yeah, empty warehouse vibes.
Totally. And it caused this huge disappointment, public outrage even. It's like a perfect, if slightly absurd, illustration of AI marketing going wrong in the real world.
And that's just one angle, isn't it? One facet of the negative effects spilling over. We're also seeing this rise of what people call rage bait creators.
Ah, yeah, that lovely phenomenon.
Right. And this isn't just about people getting angry online.
Oh.
It's the monetization of that anger, turning outrage into a business model. A commodity. You have individuals or maybe even organized groups deliberately provoking strong negative reactions just for the clicks, for the profit, feeding off our collective frustrations, basically.
It's like negativity as a service. But then there's the other side, maybe even more insidious, this digital slop you mentioned.
Yeah.
It almost feels like these systems, these algorithms, they know us, maybe even better than we know ourselves sometimes. How does that addictive AI curation actually work?
Well, that's the unsettling part. These algorithms are incredibly good at learning your individual weaknesses, your vulnerabilities. They analyze everything, your past clicks, what you linger on, maybe even the time of day you're most active, your moods, your habits. And then they serve up this perfectly tailored slop. It could be anything, right? Maybe endless Sopranos clips if it knows you binge those, or perhaps some rage punditry that it knows gets you riled up. And crucially, it serves it precisely when you're most susceptible. Maybe late at night, scrolling in bed, when your critical thinking is lower, your guard is down.
Makes you wonder how often that's happening without you even noticing.
Exactly. You might not even realize it. The content is basically crafted to trigger a little dopamine hit, keep you engaged, keep you in that loop.
What's fascinating here, though, is how deep this goes. It connects to some really fundamental ideas about, well, human nature. You mentioned thinkers like Hume, Kahneman, Baudrillard. How do they fit in? What do they tell us about why we're so vulnerable to this?
Yeah, it's quite profound, actually. They help us understand something core about ourselves, that our emotions often overpower our reason. Kahneman talks about system 1 and system 2 thinking, right? Fast, intuitive, emotional versus slow, deliberate, rational.
Right, the fast thinking often wins.
It often wins, especially online. So this makes us susceptible to what some sources describe as a race to the bottom of the brainstem, content designed to bypass rational thought entirely. It aims straight for our base instincts: fear, curiosity, desire, outrage.
So it's tapping into something really primal.
Precisely. And look, earlier media innovations did this too, to some extent. Think of the printing press spreading sensational pamphlets, or television or CGI. In movies, they all amplified spectacle and fantasy.
Sure, yellow journalism isn't new.
Not at all. But AI is different. It accelerates and personalizes this process to a level we've just never seen before. It makes the spectacle, the fantasy, far more pervasive and individually tailored. It's not just a general broadcast hitting everyone the same way anymore. It's like a personalized emotional trigger, unique to you.
Okay, so given all this tailored hyperreal landscape, what's the ultimate danger here? What does this all really mean for us navigating this world?
Well, the hyperreal, as Baudrillard might put it, is basically a state where the manufactured fantasy becomes more compelling, more vivid, frankly, more real feeling than actual reality.
More real than real.
In a sense, yeah. The ultimate insight here isn't just that AI might deceive us sometimes, like with the Wonka thing. That's part of it. But the deeper issue is that it's rapidly creating this kind of alternative reality, one that's so perfectly tailored to our desires, our biases, our emotional triggers, that it risks making our actual authentic lives feel, well, kind of dull by comparison.
Less compelling.
Exactly. And this doesn't just mislead us occasionally on a factual level. It subtly, gradually shapes our beliefs, our desires, even what we remember as shared culture over time. The real danger isn't just being lied to now and then. It's the potential for gradually replacing our lived, authentic reality with this endless, perfectly curated illusion. An illusion that's always on, always catering to our emotional appetites. It's an illusion that promises to be better, more exciting, more urban, and anything messy, unpredictable reality could possibly offer.
Wow. So this deep dive has really shown how this digital slop, this hyperreality, it's not just some abstract academic idea. It's a powerful force actively reshaping things. From, silly AI marketing fails to those real-world consequences and this kind of creepy algorithmic curation. It's clear this stuff is everywhere.
It really is. And perhaps the core question for you, the listener, to think about as you navigate this world is, what role do you actually play in discerning your own reality, especially when it's happening amidst this increasingly artificial digital landscape? Is just being aware of it enough protection when the illusions are becoming so sophisticated, so perfectly crafted to hit our emotional buttons? Or maybe do we need to fundamentally redefine our whole relationship with the content we consume online?
That's a really powerful thought to leave people with. And yeah, for me, this whole discussion just highlights the need to constantly pause, to question what we're consuming online, even the stuff that feels perfectly right or perfectly tailored to us. So keep asking those questions, stay curious, and definitely keep engaging critically with the information you encounter.